Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Rico Auto Industries Q2 FY2024 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vijay Gyanchandani from S Financial Technologies Private Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir. Vijay, sir, over to you.
Thank you. Welcome to Rico Auto Industries Q2 FY2024 earnings conference call. From the management, we have today Mr. Arvind Kapoor, Chairman and MD, Mr. R.K. Meghani, Executive Director, Mr. Kushendra Verma, Executive Director, Mr. D.M. Jam, Company Secretary, and Mr. Rakesh Sharma, CFO. Now I hand over the call to Mr. Kushendra Verma to opening remarks, so we can open the floor for Q&A session. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vijay. My name is Kushendra Verma, and I'm attending this meeting from the Rico Corporate Office boardroom. With me, with my other colleagues who are in this room. Once again, we all welcome you to our Q2 F24 earnings conference call. Mr. Kapoor is basically in a meeting with the high-level government officials. He's already connected over phone. Once he sits in the car, that he will be able to participate verbally. This quarter, the good news is that the IMF boosts the India's growth outlook to 6.3%, and this positive revision of 0.2% for 2023 is attributed to the stronger conditions in India in this quarter from April to June. What we understand that China Plus One strategy is also happening, and in this regard, our team was traveling to overseas last month, and we got a meeting with the global OEMs in Europe and in the North America. We got a very good response from all of our customers to participate in their new programs, both for the EV and the hybrid vehicles. If you see, in this year, our order book is close to 1,000 crores, and if I convert that to revenue per annum, it's close to around 200 crores revenue per annum revenue we have already booked. We are in the process of participating in a lot of new programs, and we are confident that another 1,000 crore program-like business we will book by the end of this year. This quarter, the four-wheeler market has shown a positive sign, and we have also grown up in line with the market as far as the passenger vehicle segment is concerned. The two-wheeler is still a challenge, both for the Rico as well as for the market. In the two-wheeler, our major customer is the Hero, and we were discussing with them for the price correction on various components. We have concluded the price correction for one of the major components of alloy wheel, and they have agreed to our request, and this will impact our bottom line and the sales going forward from Q3. We are further discussing with them for the other parts for the price correction, and which is in discussion, and hopefully we will conclude with them in this quarter. Yeah. If there are now we are open to questions and the entire team is sitting here. Will provide the answers and the clarification to the questions raised by our stakeholders.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking the question. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Anyone who wishes to ask question may press star and one on touchtone telephone. The first question is from the line of Deepak Kotar from Sapphire Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity. This Hero you mentioned, you have discussed the price correction for one of part and other things are being discussed. Has the business with the Hero normalized and what's the impact on the top and bottom line that is on the Hero part?
Yeah. We have basically concluded one of the discussions for the one of the parts which we alloy wheel, and the profitability overall impact on this product, if you talk about that, will be now currently this product is around 2 to 3%. Now we will take it to 5%.
Okay. This product is now 2 to 3% of your revenue right now.
Because we have different models of alloy wheel, and depending on the models, the profitability varies from 2 to 3%. And we were discussing with them to correct our price to take this profit margin to 5% in the alloy wheel, which we have concluded with them, and which will have an impact going forward from this quarter.
Excuse me. So I understood that. So 2-3% of your PAT margin can increase to 5% PAT margin in this product, right? Because of this price correction.
Yes, Deepak, Mr. Verma is saying about the net margin that we get from that product. And as far as turnover is concerned, that will also go up. As a percentage, it will not be very big percentage. Currently, it is in the range of around 10% of our turnover that comes from wheel business. 13%? Yeah. So it will grow maybe by up to say 13.5%.
On top of that, we were holding ourselves to basically to give a less supply on account of the product profitability. Now this has been concluded, and we are going to increase our volumes also with the Hero, which will take the major impact on our revenue for this alloy wheel business.
Okay, I got it. And for the remaining products, when you are expecting things to normalize? I mean, you are asking that for the part.
Yeah, we are constantly discussing with our customer, and now we are happy that at least they have concluded for one of the major products where we have a lot of change. And we are also in an advanced discussion for the other products, and we are confident that this will be get concluded within this quarter.
Okay, fair enough. And secondly, on your guidance plan, I mean, in the first half, I think we have done close to about 1,100 crores of top line. We have completed 26 crores. So how do we look at 11% margin? So we are behind on the margin front as well. So any change in the guidance that you would want to guide?
If you see that our margins are better than the previous quarter from the Q1 to Q2, both on the standalone as well as the Concall front. Going forward, let's talk about profitability. Going forward, once we have got the increase from our customers for this one of the products, definitely this will help us to grow our margins further. We are in the process of optimizing our resources in line with the overall sales, so that we continue to improve our margins on the profitability. Actually, yes, we have some challenges with one of the customer. If you talk about the passenger vehicle with the Renault uptake is much less as compared to their forecast, which is basically the area for concern. But we are working with other customer to increase our share of business, and we have increased our share of business with one of the major domestic OEMs, Maruti Suzuki. If you see in this quarter, we have increased our share of business from 8 to 12%. We are basically a single source to them for one of their products, which is water pump and the oil pump, which goes into their C15 series engine. All the cars which you see on the road at this point of time, they have our product on the 1.5 liter engine. They started with around 1,200 parts. Now that volume has gone up to around 2,100, and they are further requesting to enhance this volume to 2,600. We have basically, without any investment, we have free up the investment from our internal resources by basically identifying the equipment which are producing only using for the low volume product. We have requested our customer to take the complete material for their 1 year requirement, so that we can utilize the existing equipment for the high volume products. And that's the way we have reached from 1,200 to 2,100, which is on terms of the revenue, if we talk about from 75 crores to 150 crores and overall year. And they have requested another increase, which will have the total revenue of 200 crores. And for that also we are finding that if we can release the capital, existing capital, to capture this revenue, and we are working on that. Our focus is that we are trying to free up our existing capital, which is engaged in the small volume programs, where we are requesting customer to take the material in one shot, or we will build some inventory, keep them on, and we will supply to them once they need that. So we will have a better utilization of the capital.
But what I was trying to ask is, are you targeting 600 crores this year, or we are targeting a reduced target from there?
Our target is still 2,600, and we are working towards that.
Okay. That ideally means that in the second half you have to do 1,500 crores top line, the 750 crores kind of run rate. I mean, because these things do take time, right? So is it a very challenge for you? I mean, 750 crores per quarter in the second half in terms of execution.
Yes, definitely. We have forecasted this growth based on the new programs which we were supposed to do the SOP in the different months of the year. There are a couple of programs where we have completed our development and the customer is validating our parts. And once they do the SOP, these volumes get realized. The only challenge is that it little bit depends on the customer SOP also. But we are on track. We are targeting 2,600 crores.
Okay. And in terms of margin, you mentioned, 11% also we are still maintaining, excluding other margins, in terms of EBITDA margin. Because first half, I think it was close to 9.6%. 9.6% excluding other income for EBITDA margin.
No, if you see the consolidated results, at present also we are earning in double digits. This quarter it has been good. And on consolidated front, it would have been better. Like Mr. Verma said, that we have negotiated prices for alloy wheels for our Rico Jinpai subsidiary. And but the effect of that has not yet come in our sales and obviously on profit margins also. So in Q3 that will be there because the procedural things are on and the purchase order for that will be released by maybe in the beginning or November end. So that is the way. If you see, profitability is on track. In fact, we in standalone we have already crossed 11% this quarter.
So on a Concall basis, 11% margin excluding other income for FY24 is on track. I mean,
yes, it's on track. Yes. This quarter also it would have been 11%, but one sale increase whatever price we have got that has not been accounted for in consolidation. So that will come in the next quarter.
Sir, I understand. And what do we see on the order front? I mean, the defense sector as well, if you put some light, that what sort of order book traction we can see on the defense side and overall at the business side?
Defense, we are working very aggressively on various programs which we mentioned in our previous calls. But currently, we are not basically able to fight them, but we are in the advanced discussions and talking to them and pushing them so that in one of the programs we can do the industrialization and the SOP. We are working on various fronts in the defense. Once any of the programs will get materialized, we'll give the news to all the stakeholders.
Okay. So what is the order book range we are initially targeting in terms of in the defense sector? I mean, there must be 100 or 500 crores. Is that the price we are looking at or higher? So some sense we have on that?
See, in case of defense, like we have been telling earlier also, it's very unpredictable till the time we get the final order because you never know the timing, how much delay it can happen. So as far as target is concerned, the bids are very high. But once we get, because we have been following up with the defense for last say 5 to 7 years, I think 5 to 6 years. So, but that has not materialized. So that is why we don't consider that as of now. So, target so will depend what type of order we get.
Understood. Fair enough. And just last thing as a clarification, you mentioned somewhere the 1,000 crores order book. So what exactly you mentioned there? I mean, is it which order book we are talking about here? Is it in export program?
Talking about that, this year with our various customers like domestic and the global customers, we have already awarded a business of close to 1,000 crore over a program life. We consider a program life from 5 to 6 years, depending on the customer. So if you convert them into peak revenue per annum, it is close to around 200 crores per annum revenue. We have already booked with our customers. It will get into SOP in next 6 to 12 months.
You mean 1,000 crores is the order book influence program, which is a life of 5 to 6 years.
Yeah, 1,000 crores over the program life, considering 5-year program life. So if you convert them, it comes to be around peak revenue per annum is 200 crores per annum.
200 crores. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. I think, yeah, that's it from my side, sir. I think all the very best to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, we would like to remind participants that you may press star and one to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Aman from Astute Invest Management. Please go ahead.
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
My name is Arvind Kapoor. Sorry, I've just joined. I just got out of the meeting. I'm just started and joined. And the meeting has started, I know. And I will also be participating along with my team. Sorry, I'm not sitting with my colleagues. Today I'm in the car and yeah, please carry on.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. My first question is on our export business. So if you can talk about the run rate period in H1, was it as per your expectation? Was it lower than your expectation? And what is the outlook for the second half?
Our export business is in line with our target, which we have set for ourselves in the H1. And our forecast is also similar, and we will, whatever we have targeted for ourselves, our export sales will be in line with that.
But having said that, I'd like to make one comment. Whenever we give a guidance on export, we normally give it much lesser figures. And there's always a push for the customer. But this is the first time we've noticed that they've actually taken holidays in the month of September. Other than even September holidays, they are working. So one does start suspecting very tension to me. But at the moment, they're picking up whatever they have covered. It is absolutely in line with whatever we are predicting.
So what is our target for this year and next year in exports?
Can you?
Still checking and listening.
600 kg.
This H1 we have completed a 22% export of our total revenue, and our target for the next half is 26%.
For full year, we are targeting around 600 crores.
Yeah.
And for next year, sir, what is our target in exports?
For next year, we are, as I mentioned in my comment, that we are working with the other customers to be on board for the new business, and we are trying to basically in discussion with various customers for their hybrid and the EV programs product, and we are very confident that, and all the figure which I have told you about 1,000 crore business or the order which we have, on which we are currently discussing with our customer, that will definitely increase our export sales going forward for the next year.
So when you look at exports, there are two things that we look at. One is of the new orders which are going to come. That will take about a year or a year and a half for to actually come to fruition. And we also look at the volume pieces that we can take a larger share of the business. And in some cases it has happened. And we are pushing the other customers to do the same.
Sure, sir. So in the initial part, you were talking about 1,000 crore program over 5 years. Can we assume that 200 crore additional per year in exports will come from next year? So this 600 will go at least to 8.
No, one minute.
That 200 crore is both for domestic and the export.
Yeah. The 600 will go to 800, medical won't go next year. It might be another 2 years or 3 years. It will definitely go in that direction. That will be very clear in our mind. We are targeting 1,000 crores in the next 3 to 4 years, and for the export market. And we are very confident with the program. But this 200 that we are talking of is both domestic as well as the export.
Sure, sir. This helps. My second question is our margin. So we are talking about we have gone with our customer and looking for some adjustments in pricing in terms of alloy wheels. So if you can talk about, are there any other products remaining in our basket where the margins are currently low and where we expect a price rise? So my question was also to basically from when do we see that 10, 11, 12% of consistent margins on our overall consolidated business?
Yeah.
Let me complete on the alloy wheel, then maybe and that you can give up. The alloy wheel, the pricing which is given to us are from April.
Yeah. Yes, sir. 1st of April this financial year, sir.
Yeah. So the pricing from 1st of April, and hopefully we'll get it probably by end of the summer or beginning of finalized. That will be frozen. And the other part that we are talking of with the etc. There we ask for marginal increase in the prices there also. And hopefully those should also be settled. It's taken over a year and a half to settle prices in the economy. It is hurting us the most earlier. Hopefully we'll do it before the end of the year. But let's hope they do it soon because we were really hurting. As far as the alloy wheel is concerned. But now alloy wheel has settled behind us now. And we are pushing for the
And to add to our MD's comment, if you see our EBITDA margins on standalone basis, it is already in H1 we have achieved 11.3%. And if you see in consolidated also, it is in the double digit. Like we have said that 11% is our target to achieve this year. So that we are on track and we are confident that we'll be able to achieve that. On yearly basis, on consolidated basis.
Sure, sir. My next question is to Arvind, sir. 2 quarters back, you had talked about an update on the electric fuse orders. Basically, the whole process will be done again. Any update on that part? Because we have been waiting for, I think, having 1,000.
Okay, on the electronic fuses and on the fuses in general also. The total order was cancelled, and the government has said absolutely because there was a lot of hearing happening. And now what has happened is that the government obviously needs the ammunition immediately. So they have limited the current suppliers of the ammunition, and we have some services to them. That's what we had mentioned as part of the meeting. Whoever gets the order will have to buy from us in any. So that was cancelled. The government for its immediate requirement, the defense people for the immediate requirement have started giving direct 8 lakh piece ka de diya, 2 lakh piece ka de diya order. These are orders that they give to those people. When they come out with the next scheme, when they come out with the next scheme, the defense people are difficult to really understand. But with the defense system, at the moment we are bidding for orders of 1,000 crores at the moment, and it is for various items. That is the shooting regular I mentioned last time. And we are hopeful. We are talking to the Army as well as the Air Force and also the BSF and CISF and all these ranges. And hopefully that should in next quarter we should be able to give you some result for that.
Sure, sir. But on the testing part, the trial part on the fuses, that is still we have to do it again whenever the new tender comes, or that is done? Because we had like 1,000.
We put a lot of money. Our collaborators also sent fuses from manufacturing facilities and everything, and all those had to be diffused. And so that was a very tedious cycle we went through. Because we can't just send the fuses in the market. And so we had to diffuse also and the defense people. Testing, in any case, whenever there's a new tender coming in, it's the current system got to go through the testing process. Everybody goes through the process.
Okay. So, given there are winter trials and summer trials, it will maybe take another maybe 2 years, 1 to 2 years for...
So that is a cycle. But see, we are on it. We get it one day. We are determined to do that.
Yeah. And so, sorry, you mentioned the word sub-vendor. We have become sub-vendors to the suppliers. So are we...
Yeah. So we supply the main bodies and other components of the thing to those people, but they are unable to meet the requirement till they have a strong supplier base. And we were doing it earlier also, and so we started supplying to them. We are okay. We are in the process of doing that.
Mhm. But the fuse part, they are procuring from outside India or someplace. They are not buying from us.
That's exactly. They're basically doing assembly. So they are importing the fuse portion from Africa, and the batteries also coming from there. So we are taking up the responsibility of making the batteries and fuse, everything electronics here in India.
And sorry, last part on this, you have talked about we have like 1,000 fuses lying in our facility. So what happens with those? Like those get wasted?
No, we didn't pay for it because our collaborators are also involved in this. It was a very clear thing. The success of the fuses will be paid. So since the price it takes, there's no success. Obviously, the vendors our suppliers didn't ask for money. But we had to diffuse, get them diffused. That's what we had to do. So that there was nothing left of fuses.
Sure, sir. These help. Thank you. These are the questions.
Inside, we are more active now, and now we see the light at the end of the tunnel. And so the Army, Industry, and Navy, Security, and Air Force, and the other forces also going for these products that are very interesting products coming out. Even once we get the order, we actually put on the website also.
You're talking about indoor shooting ranges, right? Or any other products also?
Yeah. The outdoor shooting ranges, this is a shooting range you can put anywhere. It's in containers, it can be put anywhere, and you can there is no sound or anything. We have it in our one of the factories.
Sure, sir. Thank you for answering the question.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, we would like to remind participants that you may press star and one to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Sneha from SKS. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. I just wanted to know your overall outlook for H2, not just exports. What do you think of H2 and next year, FY2024?
Not only export,
Overall outlook for H2.
H2.
H2, yeah. Enough.
Now, I don't want to think about your figures in front of me, but I'll give you some broad in any case.
Yeah.
Now, like in the aluminum business, the last question we had mentioned that we had cut down on production intentionally because we were not very happy with the prices of BG. And we had been testing them for over a year and a half. And they were delaying it. So we were sorry, and that's not only we said it, even we said that this is business, we all lose. And finally, now the prices have been settled. Our volumes have also been almost, they want us to double and even triple the volumes. So that is a possibility that we are looking at. But we want to be sure that our discussion is not only on Hero, but it is also on we said to Honda and any other version and to Suzuki. Bajaj we are already supplying, and we are also talking to Enfield, etc. So we will be supplying to all. And there would be a subsequent ban on the import of wheat. So that's what we are working on. And so that volume will go up dramatically. We tested the whole volume so far. We were not sure whether Hero would actually like to double their volume requirement. So that is on the wheel front. On the now, my colleague Mr. Kumar had about the oil pumps. From 1,100 or 1,200, we went to 2,100. Now they want close to 2,600. And Similarly, there are other components like EV and as well as the hybrid vehicles. One example I must give you is for against the price of Toyota, we were supposed to spend 70 crores for this new product that we have developed already. And like Mr. Sharma mentioned, what we did was we done a lot of things in our shop because we taken that was not being fully utilized. And some of the components which have come dramatically at the end of the life of the given supply for the whole year, take out instead of 70 crores, we'll be putting in only 10 crores investment for that particular project. And the turnover would be about 150 crores. So as this thing goes to the oil cost, whatever we had done earlier, we've utilized the same and or taken out the capital from inside itself to run the production. So we are trying to get maximum capital of the system and use it for new products and or expansions which are required. That's really this carrier.
Yes, sir, you're rightly said, sir. And we, for all this additional volume increase and the revenue increase, we are trying to minimize our capex by free up our existing capex, which is currently engaged with the low volume program. That is basically giving an advantage to be competitive with our other competition and better margins on the profitability.
Okay. And sir, if I rightly heard, you guys increased your business with Maruti from 10 to 12%, I guess. So what I've generally heard from various like auto component people, like Maruti's margins are a bit contracted compared to other people. So will that also impact our margins?
Yes, you are right. We have increased our volume share of business with Maruti from 8 to 12%. And this is for the new program, the latest engine, K15C series engine, which goes into most of their cars currently, which you see on the road. Our margin, this is a new program which we goes into them almost 3 years back, and this came into the SOP last year. Yes, Maruti, we have to serve with its tight margin, but we have won this program on a reasonable profit margin and will not impact the further increase in the volume on our profitability, but it's improved.
Okay. Thank you so much. That is from my side.
Thank you. A reminder to participants that you may press star and 1 to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Bhaskar. Please go ahead. Bhaskar Adalla, please go ahead.
Hello, sorry, apologies for the delay. My question is on the land that we are planning to sell near Noida. Any update on that?
See, I think you're talking of this Gurgaon property, I think you're talking. So that way, these things means we don't have anything in hand as of now. But any progress is there, we'll definitely let you know.
Okay. Is there any new products that we are planning to introduce, especially electric vehicles in coming years? Or any kind of collaboration with some other companies? Because I don't know, the market is changing actually, technology is growing and everything. So in that case, how we are actually improving our
See, our marketing teams are already on the job, and they are meeting so many international customers also and domestically also. So if the need be, we means we will not shy away from say maybe erecting new greenfield projects. But as of now, there is no such plan.
Yeah, but we are already supplying to
that we are doing.
Already doing.
As far as EV vehicle component supply is concerned, that we have been doing for last maybe 8 years or so, and our 15% of our turnover is already coming from EV and hybrid vehicle components. So that will continue to grow. definitely. But if need be, we will go for greenfield project. As of now, there is no such plan to go for any new greenfield project.
Okay. And the last time, Arvind Kapoor sir mentioned that they are going to have some kind of solar system company. If I remember correctly, is there any process on that?
Yeah, talks are on with so many for many businesses,
Okay.
but we as of now there is nothing that needs maybe sharing with the stakeholders as of now.
Okay, sir. The last question from my side is, for the next financial year, are we looking at reaching like somewhere around 3,000 crores that we initially estimated next financial year, not this one. This one anyway we had some trouble with zero because of that we lost some revenue. And are you able to see some clear roadmap for the next year order without any kind of that we had this year?
Yes, I'm sorry. Can you please ask again? We were not able to very clearly listen to your voice.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the next financial year. Like this year we had some hiccups, right? Like last quarter we had some issues with zero, etc. The next financial year, do you have a clear roadmap and are we able to achieve like around 3,000 crores of revenue?
Yes. That's very clear. In fact, this year also, it is everything is on track only. As far as Hero thing was concerned, that was very temporary affair and that is over as of now. And as far as negotiations with customers is concerned, it keeps on happening, but that is not going to hamper our maybe growth. Okay, so negotiations will keep on happening. That was a one-off case that we had to stop for some limited period. Some supplies have to be stopped. So these type of things normally don't happen, right?
And as you mentioned that we have already got the business award for a program life of 1,000 crores, and which will some of the programs which are also getting the SOP in the next financial year, which will help us to basically to increase our top.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. A reminder to participants that you may press star and one to ask questions. As there are no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
Thanks everyone for joining today's call. And next quarter, as we mentioned that we update the team for on all the fronts on the revenue and the profit margin as well as the new awards. And as Mr. Kapoor said that we are working very aggressively on all the fronts, including the defense. And in the next quarter, we will give you the better results as committed with respect to our own internal targets. And as mentioned that we will definitely give you more news on the new awards and the new business, both on the front of the EV and the passenger vehicles and the other things. Thank you so much for joining the call today. If there are any further questions, you can always email us. We will be more than happy to answer that and provide the clarification.
On behalf of S-Ancial Technologies Private Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.
Thank you.